who I am. You know where I've been. It speaks for me. Woods, white boys, Peckerwoods, they get their city blasted on them. Their county. That's their car. So people are always like, what does Dago mean? That means I'm from San Diego and I roll with the San Diego car. We call it Dago because there's a other big car of white boys from IE. And since we don't fucking get IE blasted on us, we took the IE out of it and we called it Dago. That's like a long-term joke when an IE person asks you, hey, why do you guys call it Dago? And we say, to keep the fucking IE out of it. Now get the fuck out of here. That's why. That's why it's spelled Dago, to keep IE out of it. Because that's another thing. We don't get it blasted on us because we're from a different car, different city. We're all white boys. We programmed together. We got each other's back. But this is how we keep something to ourselves. Now, skinheads, they're all white boys too. They roll with us. They have to fucking follow suit with us. But they're the ones who get political ink for their gangs or whoever they fuck with. They have different shit. But white boys mainly get their car blasted on them, which is their county or their city, wherever they're from, whoever they fuck with. Mainly your county. SGV, SFV. I've said it before. IE, Dago. These are the southern ones. There's a lot of them. I'm not going to name them all, but these are most of them. So I have Dago blasted on my stomach, and I got co-signed on from my older homeboy from Dago. You can't just get that shit blasted on you. You're not going to go in the pen and say, hey, I'm here now. I want to get Dago blasted on me. You're going to have to put in work, and your older homeboy is going to co-sign for you. Now, if he doesn't tattoo, all he's going to have to do is co-sign by laying the first line. If he lays the first line on your tattoo, he co-signed for you. You're ready to go. But you're going to have to put in work. None of these tats that I have are fucking gotten for free. They're always stripes earned. The first fucking work I put in that was massive for my people is when I earned the 1904 on the back of my calves, which Swally from the 805 from Santa Barbara did. So now I put in work for my people. I'm doing time for my people. I keep my mouth closed. I sit in the shoe and I earn my 1904. We blast that shit on me while I'm in the back. This was the first one. We finished my calves at that point. We had no sandpaper. We just had a guitar string. We had to sharpen that shit on the ground outside in the cages. We weren't even able to keep it sharp with sandpaper. So that shit was 10 times as painful. I was on the way walking to medical like I've shared before, and the fucking cuffs fucking tore half the tattoo off my ankles. But this is the first fucking set of political ink I got was during my first shoe term, which I've got a bunch of smaller ones after that. But this was the big one, 14-month for the A1, the SBI. A1 is the highest write-up of a 115 you can get in the system. That's murder, that's serious bodily injury, that's attempted murder. Those are the only charges that run an A1. So the point is you're going to have to put in work. Work means keeping your mouth shut, doing time for your people, stabbing people, fucking beating people up, checking people, everything like that, carrying dope, everything. You're going to do everything. There's not going to be a time when you don't. They're going to come calling on you, and you're going to be ready to ride. Some people choose not to get blasted. My choice was to do my time like I do everything. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. And I was going in the pen thinking, I'm going to be the best at this shit too. So I'm going to get the most jacked. I'm going to get the most blasted. And I'm going to prove who the fuck I am in this scenario as well. Just like every scenario of life. Now in the pen, a Southsider, a white, or a Paisa can tattoo you. Nobody else. You ain't getting a tap from a black. You ain't getting a tap from an Asian. You ain't getting a tap from no one else. So other white boys' tattoos would be the SD symbol from the Padres or anything from San Diego. Riverside white boys and Mexicans will get the bell because that's a symbol they use. There's other symbols from anywhere. From everywhere has their own symbols, what they're tatting on them to say where the fuck they're from. Everything else is mainly just pictures. When people think, oh, a teardrop means this or a fucking an hourglass means this or this means that. That's not really true no more in the system. I mean, it's just basically like fools get some pictures they want on them, but they earn the right to get tatted by people who respect them. If you come out blasted, that means you were respected because there was a fucking massive line. To get blasted by the people I got blasted by, it was a sign of respect because I got pushed to the front of the line because of my principles, because of how I program, because I was down, because they said, hey, Wes, I want you to walk around my ink. I'm co-signing on you. A lot of motherfuckers would get blasted up by a white boy, and then the motherfucker would roll it up. Now you're walking around fully blasted by a bitch-ass motherfucker who's a PC now. That's what fucking didn't happen to me. I've got tatted by Big John from SGV. I've got tatted by Swally from 805 from Santa Barbara. I've got tatted by Largo from Pomona. Bad Boy from Eastside Bowling Locos. I got tatted by Pirate from IE. These are the people who did my ink. Nobody else. These are all solid motherfuckers, all GP. Everybody knows them. But the fact is there's other things that people don't get about the prison system and how you earn your tats. It's always gonna be a rite of passage. This motherfucker proved who he was time and time again when shit got thick. And I see these clowns who don't really know much in the comments, and they want to see swastikas. They want to see other shit. I know motherfuckers who got that shit. They're skinheads. I'm a Wood. I'm a Peckerwood. I'm a motherfucker who, when you come into the pen as a white boy, you have to join a gang. So you're joining the Woods. If you're white and you roll in and you don't want a boyfriend as a PC and you want some protection from your people, you're gonna roll with the Woods. Even if you think you don't need protection, we don't give a fuck because our numbers are low and you're gonna roll with us. That's why the second you roll into the general population of California's CDC system, you're gonna be in a gang. There's no fucking way around it. So motherfuckers, a motherfucker will tat you, you'll hook him up. You'll get him something from your package. You'll give him some jars of coffee. You'll give him some soups. You'll pay him something as a tip. But real motherfuckers will just blast you up and they expect that on the back end. Like motherfucker, you better kick me down some shit. Most fucking tattoo artists are dope fiends, so you're rolling up, giving them a paper, or you're giving them some white or some black. When Largo from Pomona did my throat, I had to slide over to 5 block, and fucking the cops kept walking. I'd have to hide under a blanket and shit because they knew me, so I had to make sure they didn't see me so I could pop back out when they were walking and finish the tat. But he did the one on the front of my neck on black, and he just slung that shit. He was all calm. He's just chilling, boom, boom, boom. He just painting that shit on there. It was a long time ago, so it's since faded. But then when he did the one on the back of my neck, he was on white. And he took fucking 5 hours in the smallest spot. I swear I looked back there after 2 hours, and he had been pinning at a spot the size of half a dime. And I'm like, motherfucker, you're spun the fuck out. You're still in that spot. What the fuck? And I'm having to slide over to another block, risk getting a write-up, risk all that shit. The cops knew me. They knew what was up. They weren't even gonna trip. But, there's some bitch-ass COs that they're just looking for a problem. So they see fucking Watson over at the other block at 5 block when he's supposed to be in 6 block. And they just make it a fucking issue. Anytime you give a CO who don't like motherfuckers and wants drama on a motherfucker's life a reason to fuck your life over, you're playing the biggest lottery ever. That motherfucker could do anything, turn it into a staff assault, whatever the fuck. Like I said before, when Miss Miller, when she grabbed our fucking needle, when me and Swally were in the shoe, they searched our house and she grabbed our needle and she fucking said she poked her finger. So now essentially she could say that it's a staff assault. She got poked by a needle that she was searching for that we shouldn't have. And my homeboy Swally, he got 14 more years. He was going back to Calipat from the shoe where we were at. And he's just like, he's coughing and shit. He just saw, fuck, my hep C's flaring up because he wanted to fuck with her. And she just starts crying, running out, causing massive drama. And then her CO partners were like, oh, you guys are fucked, man, da-da-da. Because they try to pump it up like you got AIDS or some shit. And they poked themselves with your needle. She didn't poke herself with shit. It was just some drama that they were trying to cause. Later, the fool boo-boo from Compton fucking gassed her in the cell, shot a bag of shit in her face. So I don't know. Maybe that was karma. Maybe that was karmic debt for her for causing some drama whose life was already bad enough. But that fool gassed the shit out of her. I'm not fucking saying it's a good thing to do to anybody. I don't appreciate assault on women in any type of way. But she got her ass gassed by that motherfucker. Just squirted a shit bag in her face through the fucking vent. He got another 4 years for that. People don't realize fools in the shoe, fools whose families given up on them, fools who don't give a fuck about life, they just start tatting crazy shit on their face. The homie had Chucky over here. He had Hitler over here. He had fucking, like I said before, 1488, rest in piss, the victim's fucking date that he killed his victim. People get crazy ass shit. Like I showed before, Tripper, fuck you on his forehead, his hood all over his face. Fools just start getting blasted. It's like pain. Like, I just want to give them a hug because I know what that was. I've been like that. Like, I got die slow tatted on my hands. And I tell people like it's like because I was dying slow when I was in the pen. But really, I wanted to kill people. Like, really, I was fucked up in the head. I'm like, nah, when I choke you to death and I'm just watching it. And like I can pump myself up in either way. So I can pump myself up to be a shitbag in life, or I can pump myself up to be a good guy. So that's why I've noticed this about myself. And I pump myself up daily to be a better man. Because I've done the opposite. And it always leaves you fucked up in tears like a bitch. You always regret it. Especially when they hit you with that case or that mad time. Especially as we get older. Especially when we know better and we still choose to do the stupid shit. It's like we regret it instantly and our whole world falls apart. Stay focused today. Don't fucking commit no stupid ass bullshit. Just know that the penitentiary is not a place for you. You're going to go there so fucking quick. One of my partners who actually fucking I roll with all the fucking time, just caught another violation. It's going to be Christmas away from the family. It's going to be Christmas away. Don't fucking mistake this shit. Be smart. The tattoos aren't that cool. You could get them the fuck out here. They don't mean fucking shit. Oh, that shit's so cool. That guy fucking killed that guy and he got that tattoo. Don't fucking buy into that shit. I don't even see my fucking tattoos. They look like shit anyways. Just be realistic. Be a solid person. And don't fucking think that pain is defining you and your dumbass decisions are defining you as some sort of badass. Because 99% of the time, those supposed hard motherfuckers are those bitches on the phone with mom telling her, Mom, they're gonna stab me if you don't pay fucking homie for those papers I bought. Motherfucker will charge up a $400 debt and then cry to his mom on the phone that she's got to pay it or he's going to get stabbed. And then 10 minutes later, another white boy's like, hey, Sean's cool. He's down. I'm like, how the fuck is he down? Did you miss that phone conversation? You fucking idiot. This is the problem with the pen. This is the problem with society glorifying this shit. These fools are soft-ass bitches. That hard motherfucker, he's there for his wife. He's there for his family. He admits when he's being a piece of shit. He fucking forces himself to grow because this is what's hard. He doesn't put pain on his mother. He doesn't fucking do all this shit that's painful to those around him. He doesn't just continually choose to use dope and say, whatever, it's my body. Motherfucker, people are attached to you. People love you. You're shitting on them. You're ruining their lives. Sack the fuck up. Be a man. Make good choices. Be proud of yourself. Don't be a bitch no more. Clean your shit bucks. When you leave the system, they give you what's called gate money. They give you $200 to get your ass on the bus and get you where you need to go. That's it. So after 10 years, you just got to figure it out. You get $200. What I did with my $200 is I bought a gym membership and a pair of Chucks. I didn't have a plan B. I'm always saying, fuck a plan B. Run with your plan A. If you have a plan B, that just shows lack of confidence in your plan A. Don't ever have a lack of confidence. Never second guess your vision. My vision has been the same for the last 10 years, and that is to pass on what works for me in all the three main areas: mind, body, and soul. When we work on ourselves in these three main areas, mentally, physically, and spiritually, this is our process. This is what works for us in life. So I figured I'd have to get out and pass this on. What I didn't show you for the first 2 years is how I lived as a 35-year-old man, 35, on a twin bed in the corner of the same room as my parents. Now, most people, when they started to become somewhat successful, they would have fucking made the mistake of moving out too early. I was still living on this twin bed in the room with my parents when I was making 6 figures monthly. I lived like this for a couple months, a good 4 months, before I even made any moves, just so I could get far enough ahead. Most people would have been straight at the club. They would have went straight to buying shit that they couldn't afford, and they would have burned themselves in the process. The thing is never try to outwork a poor diet. Never try to out-earn poor spending habits. Sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. Get yourself ahead. Get yourself where you need to be. I've got myself so far ahead to where now everything for my corporation is a write-off. It works for me. I don't buy stuff that isn't an expense for my corporation. So now I'm living off of my company's means that would actually have gone to Uncle Sam in the process. So most of everything I'm saving is profit. I'm learning this as I go, but I own an S Corp called Watson Fit, and this is what my grand vision was. But what I never did was put a cap on my vision. I never truly visualized too much of it. I only visualized my day-to-day life. So my day-to-day life being as stacked with variables as possible towards my goal, never putting a cap on it like, oh, I want this penthouse, I'm going to live here, I'm going to do this. I don't really do that. I just put all my effort into the principles that are going to attain my grand vision and never truly putting that cap on it, because it can go as far as you want it to go. As far as you believe it's going to go is how far you can take your vision. I told books, I've talked about books before. The youngster that I did time with that was super smart, when we were busted, he had no money. He had no money. And I told him, if you're so smart, which I know you are, you have to find a way to take care of yourself. You can't just walk around spitting all this profound wisdom and have no fucking dollars in your pocket. So what you speak has to produce the results you're after. It wasn't 2 weeks that this kid opened up a store in the prison and started fucking making money like you've never seen. He started making $100 a week, which isn't a lot in the penitentiary, but for him it was. Now he was self-sufficient. Off just that little amount of friction I gave him, I was able to push him forward. This was penitentiary business coaching. We've been doing it since day one because what? Because wisdom is truly seeing the miraculous in the common, seeing someone at their highest potential when they don't truly see it. And I have that gift. And I love it because to me, this stuff doesn't do shit for me. I do show a new car online. I do show a new place. I'm no longer living on that twin bed in the room with my parents. But it's all the same drive. I would have been happy just being swole and being tatted and walking down the beach and passing off wisdom to random people as I passed by them, or just people in my life. I was happy like that. Even if that was how my vision ended, I was fucking cool with that because that's what I've been doing forever. Just to have my basic needs met and be able to pass on the wisdom, to share what I've learned, to continually progress in my process was enough for me. And the point is when you're happy with so little, that's the only way you're going to be happy with a lot. So, I mean, if you're not happy with nothing, you're not going to be happy with everything. The point is I continually make the mistake of trying to make myself happy with these material possessions and this stuff, but it doesn't work for me. It never has. Once we learn this, we'll be able to get past these blocks we put in our life when we're thinking, oh, well, I'll be happy when all the bills are paid and I'll start seeking my fitness endeavors when it's a better time for me. There is no perfect time. There is no better time. God, the universe, whoever is your religious denomination, whatever it is, will never supply you with a vision or a goal or a dream that fits your time frame or fits your pocketbook. The only perfect time is fucking now. The best way to fucking live is to live perfect days. Everything that truly is under your control, you should do perfectly. If it's not under your control, you pass by, you put the energy in what is under your control, which is a lot of shit in this life. If you don't think you have choices just because they're hard choices, then you're mistaken, because most of the choices that are going to push you forward in life and propel you to where you want to be are the hardest choices. The hardest tasks are what make the motherfucker. So now, as a CEO of my own corporation, fresh out of prison, less than 2 years, making 6 figures monthly off of a dream, off of pure imagination, I'm just here to share with you guys that it's all possible. There's room for everybody. Everybody said that online training and the internet and all this stuff was the most flooded of markets. They were too saturated. Everybody's doing it. Well, guess what? I'm not everybody, and nor are you. The point is when you think under the law of abundance, when you just believe that it's truly coming your way, it will. And everyone always preaches this type of shit. But who better than someone who just came from nothing to something so quickly off of just pure imagination? No fucking missteps were taken, because that's the biggest problem I see. What if you never took no more back steps? What if you just worked solely towards your goals in a conscious, congruent manner and fucking punked yourself, called yourself a bitch every time you stepped off your diet, stepped away from your goals, missed a part of your plan, every time you didn't execute when you knew this was the way that it's going to work? It's so fucking easy, because so few people are committed that when you put your heart into anything that you choose to pursue, you're going to get it for sure. Because so many people are missing the fact that it's all heart. It's all commitment that's going to get you there. I wish this for you guys so much. Don't listen to them if they say it's saturated. Don't listen to them when they don't believe you. In all reality, the way people perceive you, their perception of you is a reflection of them. So anybody who's telling you that you can't pull it off, that just shows you who they are. If you came up to me and you started telling me your plan, I would stop you mid-sentence when you start to tell me that it's going to work. It's going to work. Just pursue it. Put the work in and it'll work, because everything works. A pet rock made millions back in the day. And is it about money? No. It's about finding a business. It's about finding something that you can put your life into, that you can love the work. You can grow during this process mentally, physically, and spiritually, and help others in the process. So my business is very rare. I'm doing all that. I'm winning financially. I'm helping other people mentally, physically, and spiritually, and growing myself. So this is why I'm so proud of it. And I wish other people to just push this knowledge. Just push everything that's working for you. Don't be biased of who I am or where I've been or who you are or where you're going. Just honestly share that, hey, I was thinking this way. I was having a bad day, and I put this gem in my head that life happens for me. So every time something bad happened, I had a correct positive solution. This is how we work. That positive mind is going to win every fucking time. Do I get negative? Obviously. I've shared it a lot. I'm one of the most negative people. But the point is to be able to flip that into a positive. Now, how proud are you automatically of yourself? There is no lying to self. When you know that you were in a massive negative state, when you know you were this close to giving up and you didn't, that's what's going to make you most proud. So whatever the fuck it is, go through that shit like a G. And like I said before, G don't mean gangster. G means grateful. About the new booties. What happens when you're a fish and you roll up to CDC?
Where's fish? Where's fish? I don't know. I want to go home. I want my mother.
When you roll up as a fish, as a new booty, you're a new inmate. You come rolling in. They give you your bedroll. They give you your toothbrush. They give you your fish kit. They give you all the small shit that you get as an inmate as you arrive. You get your mat. You get your pillow. It's a small one. And you come rolling up. They used to have these big old blue nice mats that were actually comfortable. But then they switched over back to the super shitty ones that just feel like shit. You're laying on nothing. But anyways, you'll come rolling up to the block. And this is what I hate, man. Like literally in Shot Caller, they made it seem like it was possible for that white boy to come rolling through the spot when he just showed up. He just showed up and someone was going to trip on him. Everybody on that yard or in that spot would have already had his back. His people would have already been on him. If you roll up, I'm going to already be on you or have somebody on you. They're going to come up and they're going to grab your bedroll, grab your stuff, bring you to your cell. Now, the second yard is released. One of our people is going to go straight to your cell and bring you to yard. We're not going to leave nothing to fault. We don't play games like that. This is straight militant. We know that you're a liability until you know all the rules. So you're being tailed everywhere you go. In the pen, it's one up, one down. I don't even care if you're in a cell. It's one up, one down. There's never two people sleeping. I mean, in daytime, if you lay it down, your celly's on the floor, scoping everything, fishing for people, signing to people. Everything is militant. If there's problems and you're in a dorm even, you're not even sleeping. You're staying up. You're on point. It's called being on point. I think that's where on point came from, because you're on point. You ain't slipping. You're ready for everything. You're on point in a military fashion. The Northerners go everywhere with people on point. That you take a piss, someone's watching you. Everything like that. White boys do it on some yards. People always have a shadow. They're always rolling with someone. So the fact that this white boy came on a yard, which the other races would have known, that's how small it is. They know everything. Some new people came. It would have been lax. But the point is that white boy would have never strolled across that area by himself, walked in that black's territory, walked into him, and caused a problem. This would never have happened. So that shit's fake. He would have never had to get down like that. And the point is the fact that those two fought is the fakest thing I've ever seen. Every white boy would have jumped. Every black dude would have jumped. Everyone would have jumped. If a white and a black get in a fight, the place explodes. And anybody who doesn't jump for his people gets fucking stabbed, gets his shit handed to him. That's how it works. That shit was stupid. But whatever. I'm not going to get caught up in Hollywood productions. Because at least the homie, when he got out, had peni on his throat. So they tried to get something right. They tried. But whatever. We won't even get into that shit. So the fact being, when a new booty, when a fresh-ass motherfucker, when a new convict rolls up, his people got him. They come drop off soups. They drop off coffee. They make sure he's set. We take care of our people. We've been there. We had nothing. We do everything for each other. This man is signing up to a prison gang. A prison gang. He's going to die for you. You give him your soups. You give him coffee. He has everything he needs. You don't leave him for nothing, because one day he's going to lay his life down for you. So we're going to give you time to get adjusted, but we're going to stay on you. Like I've always said, you're going to produce that paperwork. We're going to have to know where you've been, everything like that. We're going to have to see who you are, how you conduct yourself. But everybody's going to be on you and be friendly as fuck. Everything's chill until we see otherwise, till we get orders to move on something shady you did, or in your past, whatever, anything like that. But just don't ever fucking think that if you roll in GP and CDC, you're going to have to deal with another race in a fighting manner by yourself. Seeing that made me sick. You will never have to get down with the black dude by yourself in CDC. You will never get down with the Hispanic by yourself in CDC. You will never get down with an Asian, a Northerner, a Paisa. You will never. The second a white boy fights with someone else, every white boy is jumping. This is how it works. So the fact is, we work together, we ride together. You're going straight to that pile. We're hitting you off with 123 the first day. You're hitting 123, you're doing dips, you're hitting the bars. We're making sure you're ready. Your wind is up for the riot. We do burpees for wind. Burpees are for a heart check and for wind. When that shit cracks, we don't need you a liability laying on the fucking ground, getting your ass booked and getting your ass beat. Because then we got to pick your ass up. We need everybody to be a quality asset. And that's why a big-ass motherfucker, that's why a down-ass motherfucker doesn't have to put in a lot of work. That's why a big-ass motherfucker is around for the riot. I would always raise my hand. Here's me. Oh, yeah, that fool needs to get his fucking shit fucking handed to him. What's up? I got this. I want to earn my shit. I like to do my shit right. I don't like walking around dealing with me. This is a problem out here. Everyone forgot that you have to deal with you when you fuck up. When you do dope, guess what? You got to deal with you, homie. When you're not okay with you, nobody else is. When you're not proud of yourself, nobody else is. Seek to make yourself proud. Conduct yourself in a quality manner that you respect. And guess what? Everybody else follows suit. We don't even fucking play that shit. I can smell a bitch on a motherfucker from so far away. I can see just by looking at him. Get in those comments and say, I know plenty of guys who are muscular and fuck that. Fuck that. I do too. But like I've said before, the way we conduct, show who you are on the inside, outside. Are you really going to show how soft you are on the outside, on your outside, inside? Are you really going to show that? when you could not, when it's a choice. Everybody respects what they admire. Everybody wants to look somewhat better. Work and get it. Don't bitch out. Get what you want. Acquire what you admire. Be who you want to be. Someone asked me the other day, how do I get through to a youngster? How do I get through to him? I said, you can't get through to him, not you. And the guy's like, why? I'm like, he doesn't admire you. He doesn't want to be like you. I don't want to be like you. And this was someone who confided in me and he respects me and shit. And I said, I can tell he doesn't want anything you got to give, bro. And that's the point. That's the sad result. That's the hard truth people got to know. If we don't personify the teaching, we better off just go fucking become what we're trying to teach before we fucking try to act like someone's going to listen. Problem out here, biggest problem out here, motherfuckers trying to teach something they're not personifying. So now they're just talking. I don't even fucking listen to people who aren't in the game. If you ain't in the game, you're just a spectator. And I just X out what you're saying right away. Boom, shut up. What? I don't want to be like you. I don't. So that's how we command people. People come in, they're like, hey, who do I talk to? Here I come over. I talk to him one time. I say, I'm going to see how you conduct yourself. If you're worth it, then you're going to be riding. If not, I'm going to keep watching you. I tell him, you use dope. You use dope, you're next up to bat. I say, if you don't shower, you don't keep your shit clean, your area clean, if you don't show off that we're solid examples, we're solid white men, then you're fucked. We roll like that. It's straight military. It's the suit crispy, everything fucking presentable. Don't put your dirty ass clothes in the front. Put them in the back. I'll get you some new ones, actually. Everything is about that because it doesn't have to not be. And the fact is, people miss that out here. There are people out here like, oh, don't judge me. But everybody judges everyone, as they should. I don't even believe in equality. I don't want everything equal. I don't want equality. Because the only thing that got me where I'm at today is the fact that people were above me. And I had enough fucking accountability to say, I want to be there. They are above me. They did something different. I'm going to learn from them. The second we want equality across the board with no work put in, we fucked everything up. Work for your shit. Be proud of who you are. And everybody else will be proud of you too. 3 and level 4 yards where you don't leave for a long ass time. Back in the day, they used to do the long racial-based lockdowns that would have you on a lockdown from anywhere from 3 months to 14 months and past that. Like, these lockdowns were savage. They would break people. I always would just sit and wait to hear people crack and start kicking the door and start tripping. And that's when I gathered more strength. I always felt like I took in all their weakness leaving and it gave me more power. And I re-established myself at that point and regained myself, recomposed myself, got more strength off of their obvious weakness. I loved it. I was like, that's when my self-talk was just massively evident. This is when my self-talk would just developed into the savageness it became. Because I would just tell myself, I ain't gonna break. I ain't gonna kick the door. Watch how composed I am. Watch how I come out just more jacked than last lockdown. Watch what I can show you. Watch what I can prove. The fact is, a lot of people are consistently doing stuff and not getting their desired result. That's worse. If you consistently go to the gym and you're not getting your results, it's worse than just not going. Because this is what happens. When you're okay with putting in that much work and not getting your desired result, you end up having a job that you don't like going to. You end up putting a lot of time into a relationship you don't even like. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. I'll continually say this every video if I have to because it's so true. I don't even want you to break it down and half-ass the dishes because this will just make you a half-ass motherfucker. But the cell etiquette is everything that you don't break it down behind that door. A lot of people act like they work out. A lot of people will have like a pact with their cellie. And I can tell they do. They're like, yeah, we did our routine. They're just half-assing it. They ain't really putting their heart into it. So they don't come out a beast. They come out that bitch-ass motherfucker. And this shit is just dead obvious. So even in my cell, when I did smoke weed, when I did relax, I would get up early, same time, have my coffee, do my reading, I would smash a workout, and then I would smoke a joint. I would turn on Sublime or something on my radio, and I would just shampoo the whole cell. In the penitentiary, you have to clean your cell at least once a day, if not twice, maybe 3 times a day. Every time you bird bath, wiping everything down. Fools in the pen don't even like a piece of dust on nothing. If you walk in someone's cell and you rub your finger along the TV, the window sill, or the lockers, and they got dust on it, you're just like, hey, fool, like, you're in here 24 hours a day. Why is there dust on your shit? What kind of slacker are you? It just shows who you are. Like, there's no hiding in the pen. So the way you conduct yourself is so obvious. People can just hide out here. There's no hiding in there. People are going to fucking know that you're a lazy ass motherfucker. And the fact is this is the wisdom behind it. When people know you're a lazy ass motherfucker, they just don't even want to fuck with you tough. You're showing your colors with shit as simple as leaving some dust on the fucking TV. That's a slacking ass motherfucker. I love Southwest Airlines hiring motto. Hire for attitude, train for skill. What is your attitude? What are your principles? Like, do you get locked in the cell and just sit there and cry about it? Or is your attitude, is your self-talk like, watch this shit. Watch me conduct myself like this. Even when shit sucks, watch how I conduct myself. Watch who I am. Self-talk becomes way obvious when there's nobody around or there's just very few people around and you're spent time with yourself. You just start hearing it. If you're a bitch in your head, it's going to turn you into that. Through our thoughts and through our actions, we are creating our strengths and weaknesses. Nothing else made me have the indestructible mindset that I have today. Everybody else just talking about prison, they're not sticking to nothing. They're not getting no results. I want to see the results in every area. I want to see it. Where's it at? Where's the result? If you're continually spending time doing shit and getting no result, that's worse. I'd rather see you just give up to get your non-fucking result. But the point is in the cell, the way we conduct ourselves is everything. You break your cellie off half of everything. There's a day that you're washing your sheets, you're doing your laundry in a plastic box, soaked in some Tide. You're using the fans, both people's fans, to dry your shit. Like, I was so institutionalized about my shit that I would have a storage box of clothes that I didn't even wear. And then once a week, I would wash these clothes that I don't even wear. I'd wash them with Tide, dry them, fold them perfectly, and get some cologne on a Q-tip. And between every fold of the clothing, whisk the cologne in the Q-tips, and then fold it all and put it back in my box. And these are clothes I didn't even wear. This was just the level we kept shit at because we had respect for the smallest shit. When another motherfucker, some new ass kid, will get a dope ass pair of shoes or some dope clothes from his family and just throw them on the fucking floor. In the pen, if you see a pair of wadded up anything on the floor, it's so fucking crazy. I've told the story before that one of my fucking psychotic old cellies, Chip, he was just like, there was a pair of dirty socks in my locker. A pair of dirty socks. When I first fell, I bird bathed and I didn't clean my socks. I forgot. So I just stuffed them in the locker. I was going to clean them next time. And he looks at my clothing line, my clothesline, and he's like, where are your socks at? I'm like, what's up, big dog? And he's like, where are your socks? And I'm like, dude, I put them in the fucking locker. He said, get them out and clean them. And I'm like, are you fucking serious, dude? It's going to be fine. He said, I don't want dirty clothes in the house. Get them out and clean them. And this is a level 4 yard where you can't fight. I know fully that this motherfucker is ready to handle business about it. He's tripping about it. He's ready to go the distance over this shit. So I'm just fucking like, damn, dude, this fool is crazy. And I just fell. I just landed on a 4 yard. And the stories are true. Motherfuckers are whacking people over something simple as that. Something that they deem disrespectful because he's lived in this cell forever. He's been in this cell for 5, 6, 7 years at this point. And he don't want me, some new motherfucker, some new booty ass motherfucker coming in and bringing dirty socks into his house. He squashed it there. He taught me a lot. All that type of shit. This is where I learned how to shave everything. I didn't shave everything before then. We shave everything. Because crazy motherfuckers like that, you land on a level 4 yard with the institutionalized motherfucker, and the fool's like, finds a armpit hair or a body hair. He's like, hey, fool, this looks like it's yours. And I'm like, I'm like, fuck, dude, what the fuck? You know, and then finally we just get into it. Like, not all crazy arguing, but hey, if you don't just start shaving all your body hair and keep your body hair clean, we're going to have a problem. So this is the type of shit you're going to deal with, is crazy motherfuckers who are down, they know the rules, and they're ready to go the distance over something as simple as a dirty pair of socks and some body hair. But the point is now, after time of doing this massive lockdown with my old cellie, I saw what it meant. I saw how he was. He wanted the floor time. Like, if I didn't have my floor time set and I missed my floor time to do my workout, he was on my case. If I missed my bird bath time right after my floor time, he was on my case. And this was to help a motherfucker. Now, there were times first when I got a little bit mouthy with cops, a little bit mouthy with the CO on a 4-yard is a fucking life ruiner. You'll get your ass booked for that shit. Either the cops will toss your neighbor's house, a different race, and say, hey, since Watson was such a fucking disrespectful motherfucker, I smashed your pad, I took your cell phone. And they'll do that to a black or a homie or someone else just to cause a problem between the races so that it cracks off, there's a riot, and now you're fucked. They'll fuck you a lot harder by doing that than giving you some write-up or fucking with you some other way. So this is the thing. There's fucking shit going on in there that you don't want to ever have to deal with. I mean, this cellie was the best motherfucker, but he wasn't good with technology. So when I started getting in the phone game and shit like that, this motherfucker, when I'm gone, he hooks my phone up with the battery pack, because we have a battery pack with it'll have rechargeable batteries in a cardboard tube. And the cardboard tube will have the ends of the fucking battery charger at each end. And he hooked the ends up wrong, plugged the charger in, burnt out that phone. Now, he owed me a shitload of money for that phone. And the crazy fucking thing is, someone who'd been down forever that was supposedly so fucking down, he ended up fucking rolling it up. He went out backwards over a $1,200 phone he couldn't pay for. And it wasn't even like I was pushing the issue. He was just so fucked up in his head that he disrespected the pad and who I was and everything like that, that he used my phone without asking and burned it out, that he ran by such a high level of honor. He didn't feel like he was deemed worthy to even run the main line no more. This is the type of motherfuckers you're dealing with. They're so ingrained. They're so institutionalized. They run by the rules so much that you're not going to change a motherfucker. So this is the thing. Motherfuckers out here can't even keep their word on something like a workout and a wake-up time and a diet when they tell their loved ones they're going to do it. Even though they have all the comforts of the world. These are motherfuckers who something as small as that, something as small as some socks, something as small as fucking having the floor time and shit like that fucks it all off. So I would smoke a shitload of weed after I worked out. Like, this was at the start of my term. I'd smoke mad weed. I'd puff joints, and I would soak down the whole cell listening to Sublime. Just fucking, dude, I smoked 2 joints in the morning, and I'm just fucking chilling. I'm blazing, and the motherfucking cops, they didn't care about weed at this spot. They'd come by and be like, hey, Watson, it smells like weed in there. I'm like, hey, weed's legal, homie. Keep it rolling. And they liked me. It was good shit. At certain places, you'll find certain shit like that. It just happens to be something like that. But I mean, the fucking facts is don't land yourself up in a spot with some intense. People say I have intensity. There's motherfuckers like Block from IE. There's motherfuckers like fucking, like Psycho from NorCal. Like, there's motherfuckers like that who they give me anxiety. They give me fucking bad vibes because they're so fucking crazy. And then I would drop points and go to a lower yard, and people would tell me that I'm the person who does that to them. So I later realized the exchange I was giving, the energy I was putting off was so intense, it would just physically fucking debilitate people. This is what we don't want. And since we get so used to our energy out there, I'm able to speak the language of the universe better now. So now I notice when I'm putting off bad energy to my wife, or I notice when she needs me, I can feel it. I can feel energy it's so intense to me that I just come over and I give her a hug. I'm like, I love you. I'm sorry. I know I'm putting off bad energy. It's nothing to do with you. I go through these phases and I love you to death. Please just don't let it affect you. I love you to death. Like, you're my fucking world. So shit like this is what's going to get you the furthest in life out here, is just just checking your fucking energy. Checking your energy, knowing that shit ain't as bad as you make it, that life is happening for you. It's as simple as that. That's my credo. That's my fucking credo. That's what I live by. That's my fail-safe. I want all you guys to find your credo. Post it in the comments what you live by. The quote that really can help you in any situation. Mine's life happens for me. So let's fucking do this. Let's make life happen for us. Even when some horrible set of adversity hits you, like 10 years in prison, you can flip it into a positive real quick by just only focusing on what's propelling you forward. Nothing hard. I remember when I first fell, even a 48-hour lockdown, not even on a holiday, put me in tears. 6-7 years later, I could go a year straight in the cell through New Year's. I could land on a New Year's 2011, not come out of my cell past New Year's 2012 and not even shed one fucking tear. This was a problem though. The tears, the pain, the agony brought me closer to myself. Once I got too comfortable, even in the pen, I saw myself not growing as much. So I like the holidays. I like the pain. I like growth. So this is what I'm focused on during the holidays, is to really feel it. I walk straight into it. But most people, they walk straight to that needle. They walk straight to the drugs. They walk straight to any fucking distraction they could get. More TV, zoned out, card playing, whatever. All I did my whole term was read and work out. That's all I did. And talk to people in this manner, an uplifting manner, to create the assets around me so that I didn't have a bunch of liabilities I had to look out for. If I can make people around me better, make their energy better, I in turn make my life better. That's my whole reason for being a leader, my whole reason for coaching, because I've been on massive lockdowns and I realized over time that I never ruined my own fucking day. Never. So I knew it was other people, but that's okay because I've had whack-ass, lame-ass negative energy in my life before, and I still continue till this day. But I own it really quickly, as you should if people are around you and you know you're putting off that bitch-ass energy. You just own it. You say, hey, I'm not in the right place right now. I'm going to come back. I'm going to collect myself. Go work out or something. But the holidays in the pen are especially tough. About 4 years in is when you finally adjust and you quit dreaming about the street. You quit thinking about the street. Every second that passes, you're thinking about the street. About 4 years in, I adjusted fully to prison life. I never thought it would happen. One time my homeboy, Matt Smith from IE, he told me, he said, nah, like soon, I was like 2 years in, and he's like, nah, soon you'll fully adjust to this shit and you'll get it. Like, you won't even be thinking about the street no more. You won't be thinking about your chick. You won't be thinking about your family. This will be your family. You will be living in here. And that's the facts. 4 years in, everybody's living their life, and you're happy that they are because you're a grown-ass motherfucking man. And if you held on to that resentment, it would kill you. Resentment is basically like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. You just give love to those people. You love their life. You want the best for them. You keep it pushing because you got yourself that prison sentence. All I did was think about creating myself into the best product I could imagine. The whole time I'm creating the best product I can imagine, acquiring what I admired, so that I could get out and give it away. Give it to my family, give it to my friends, so they could be proud of me. They could say, that's my fucking boy. He fucking loves me. Don't make the mistake of making people co-sign on your shot out ass that you didn't put no work in and then feeling some type of way about them, talking about they changed. The fact is you changed, you regressed. Motherfuckers who keep it going, forward progress, they're consistently in an upward fucking inclination of life. They don't want to be around that shit, but it's okay. Don't ever expect people to fucking understand you. They don't have to. Life don't have to. Life ain't fair, motherfucker. So on these holidays, I've been on lockdowns. One time I went on a lockdown on October 11th. We didn't come out. October 11th, 2011. We didn't come out till January 2013. So we didn't come out till January 2013. This was over 14 months from a riot. So the point is they came around during Christmas with the phone on wheels. The motherfucking phone was on wheels. They gave everybody 5 minutes. They gave everyone 5 minutes. Imagine this. You're missing your family. You've been down forever. You haven't left the cell from August 11th to Christmas now. It's been a few months. And you finally get that 5-minute call to your girl or your loved ones. And they're just all, they put it through. You see that they put phone time on. Like I saw my girl had put phone time on. And it just made my heart. I didn't even have to talk to her. I didn't even want to talk to her. That's how crazy it is at this point when you're doing a massive term. You don't even want bad news. You just want them to know that you just want to know that they're still there, that they love you, and they're doing something for you. So if anybody in your life is doing time, just write them a letter. Put a little bit of phone time on here and there. Let them know that you still exist out there and you're still backing them. You don't have to be constantly breaking bread on their books, paying for their dope, putting money on their green dot card. Fuck all that shit. It actually has the adverse effect on creating a titty monster with straight tits talking about I did time like all these other motherfuckers talking about they did time with no tats and a bunch of titties. I don't even understand that shit. But anyways, if that's what you call a man, just realize soft men are born in soft regions and soft regions are created. You can't just go to the pen and be hard. You can still choose to be a bitch there too. So the point being is these holidays are rough until you adjust. I'm going to tell you the facts. When I got out, and I got out right before Christmas in 17, it was harder for me to go to Christmas with my family than it would have been for me to eat my fucking tray and go sit on my rack and read my motherfucking book. This is the reality of it. It was harder. I wasn't used to it. Whatever we're not used to is difficult. So anyone who's thinking about doing a long ass stretch or thinking about living that penitentiary chances based life, realize you'll adjust both ways and it'll be painful both fucking ways. The biggest thing that you don't see on the holidays when people talk about the penitentiary, is them divorce packets. Them divorce packets start sliding during the holidays. Them chicks are over it. They get over it. When your chick been riding 5 years, she been riding 7 years, she been riding 2 years, she been riding 7 months. She gets around the holidays, and our people on the street, they feel the real world more than we feel it in the pen. We're distracted in the pen. There's always fucking drama. This car's battling with that car. That fool's tripping. That fool's got a dope debt. That fool just got smashed. That fool needs to get smashed. There's always so much shit going on, so much drama, that you never have to fucking even focus on the outside world. And when you do, you usually just pop into a workout and not give a fuck and keep it moving. But the thing is the fucking point being is that you're putting more pain on your people. And any bitch ass motherfucker who gets himself in the pen and expects people to be tripping on, is Wes okay? Is he good? Fuck you, man. I got my motherfucking self here. All I saw the pen as was an asset. I thought of this as making me so fucking strong. Watch who the fuck I become when I get out this motherfucker, and nobody can stop me. Because the fact is your conduct, your character, your principles cannot be taken from you. The only time your life is taken from you is when your character is at fault. My character never went to fault, so nobody took anything from me. The only thing they can take from you is your conduct and your character. Once that shit goes out the window, it don't matter if you're on the streets or you're in the penitentiary. Your life's over. You cease to be you. You ain't even a motherfucking man no more. Watch that shit hit you like a ton of bricks. The only time out here when I experience pain is when I lose my character. When I come out of character to someone for some odd reason, that's the only time I feel pain. It's the same thing in the pen. It's the same thing anywhere. So if while you're in the pen, you're doing your time, you're sending love from your heart outwardly to your people on the street, you understand, you don't have resentment towards them. You know they got a life. You know you got yourself there. And you just don't hold back. You don't hold any of this bitch ass shit that people have nowadays. This fucking belief that people owe them shit. People have to do shit for them. They're fucking resenting people for not being there and doing this and that. Nobody owes you motherfucking shit. Your parents birthed you. That's it, motherfucker. They hooked your ass up. What is this shit? Like, I used to see these dope fiend ass, bitch ass motherfuckers in the pen where they'd be other cats. Other white boys would be like, oh, Sean's a good dude. I'm like, how the fuck is he a good dude? We were on lockdown and he's shooting his mom messages about hey, pay evil that money, mom, or I'm going to get booked when we come off this lockdown about a dope debt. Motherfucker sweating his own mom for her hard-earned money because he's got a dope problem. That's bitch, dude. That's straight up. If you've ever done that, slap your motherfucking self. Call yourself a bitch. No conduct like that. I never needed shit when I was busted. My people who came to me to help me out is because they loved me. I never asked. They loved me because I had good conduct. They accepted that I made some mistakes because they were the type of people who made them before. But 99% of the time, I hustled my fucking ass off like I do on the street. 2:45 wake up time, chasing a motherfucking vision, accomplishing goals, catching them W's from fucking the morning to night. This is how it's done. I see some clowns out my window. Just these grown ass, baby, bitch ass boys. Obviously on dope. Obviously thinking the world owes them shit. Obviously walking around like a fucking victim. Just fucking believing that they're fucking getting the short end of the stick. Motherfucker, the second you believe that shit, the second you focus on what you don't have, trust me, you're going to attract more of what you don't have. Focus on everything you can fucking do to be where the fuck you want to be. That's it. Don't doubt yourself. Trust your gut. Don't ever fucking think I can't pull this off. I never fucking do. Never. So the point being, on these lockdowns, during these fucking harsh situations in the pen, I saw them as strength. I fucking learned unconditional love in the pen. Unconditional love, the greatest lesson you could ever be taught. I learned in the fucking pen, and it was because people were treating me badly that I saw in my eyes. But you better believe I cursed them in my head. Fuck this bitch. Motherfucker better write me. I swear to God when I see these motherfuckers, and I'm pissing myself off. Now, months and months and months of doing this, I finally saw the error in my ways. And I just said, you know what? I fucking love you guys anyways. Let's skip to the end result. Fuck everything in between. Let's skip to the end result. Are you going to love this person when you see them? If they fucking take your, if they apologize to you and you're willing to accept it, are you going to move past it? Okay, well then fuck the apologies. You don't even need it. Just love them. Just fucking love them. Get yourself past all that pain. Anybody in your family, your ex, brothers, sisters, just anybody. Just drop the resentment. Move on with fucking life. This is why the holidays bring this out in the pen. People losing people falling off the team, as they call it in the pen. That's my team. People not fucking hooking people up with their old fucking canteen money, putting money on their books, J-Pay, all that. I mean, this is the thing. Like, the pen is based on a bunch of selfish baby boys, man. That's why when they get out, they can't make it. Why do you think they go back? They ain't coming out and thinking, hey, I'm going to work super hard, be super selfless. I don't need shit. I just lived without shit for 10 years. I can continue that for another 10. That's the way I think about it. I won't even buy myself a pair of new shorts. The only shit I buy is an expense for my company. It's a business expense. I don't spend money on shit that isn't part of my living expense for my business and creating some generational wealth. We're going to watch this happen. This is going to be the principles I preach personified, the sacrifice, the long view, the not needing shit. Live like that. Live selfless. The second you're getting in an argument with someone and you're thinking, but I feel this way. Fuck you. You're a man. You don't feel no type of way. You just act fucking right. That's your people. Just love them. Just drop it. Just drop it. The point fucking being, I've said that 5 fucking times right now, because the point being is they're going to wheel that phone around. You're going to check. You're going to really not even want to talk to them. You're going to not even want to get letters from them. You're going to get a letter from them and you're just going to read the first thing that you like. Like, I love you, Wes. Boom. Okay, I don't want to see the rest. I don't even want to fucking see it. I don't want to deal with it. So the point being, be the best motherfucker now. You don't have to pay for it later. All this wisdom, the wisdom of the ages, these quotes that are passed on, the shit motherfuckers have been through. Only take advice from someone who've had the life that you want or has the life that you want. They never been there. They never done that. If they ain't in the position you want to be in, they don't know how to fucking get you there. This is facts. Everything else is just a fucking hypothetical situation they're dropping on you. Some bullshit they passed down from somebody else. But it's okay. It's all okay. Get the fuck up. Earn them W's. Grind like a motherfucker. I want to see you guys all at the top. This is all about abundance. You can sit in the back. You could think from these videos, the penitentiary videos on here, that the holidays mean something, it's this and that. Every day's painful in the pen, and every day's not painful in the pen. It's just like out here. If you get your money, if you program right, if you do your thing, you're going to feel good for 4 fucking hours. And if you wait 3 hours and then do it again, you're going to feel good for another 2 hours. Probably going to have 2 hours of pain in your day where you think about shit that's out of your control. And that's where your growth occurs. So don't run from the fucking pain. See it as growth. I fucking love you guys. I fucking love you guys because what I do right here is I use you guys as accountability. I tell you guys who I'm going to be. I'm going to hold my word to you guys and I'm going to fucking win because I want you to win. Let's fuck years. This turns you into a beast mentally, but it causes you to become institutionalized. You have quirks, traits, and habits that normal society, everyone out here on the streets, thinks is crazy. I mean, my boy Little John, when I first fell at Sentinella, I walked up to him, and he had rips all through his shorts and his clothes. I'm like, hey, dude, do you need me to get you a new pair of shorts, fool? Like, why are those things so ripped up? And he just was like, dude, these shorts have done more time than you. I didn't understand at that point how institutionalized you become to where you're just keeping like 2 shirts, 2 shorts, 2 pairs of blues in rotation and washing them. And like, you don't even want to pull out some new clothes because you're like saving that for some future time. This is how you end up in the pen. Like, this is how it is almost mentally debilitating because you're always living in future projection. You're never living in the current moment. You're always living in a state of mental projection towards the future when you get out. So everything you're doing today is for the future that you're trying to anticipate when you get out, which is great when you're goal-oriented. So when you're a goal-oriented individual like myself, being able to take your feeling out of your daily tasks, your daily routine, to be able to remove yourself, stand back in almost a voyeuristic way and watch yourself just walking through life in the manner which is creating the future you desire. This is the optimal state for creation of your future, but it is not the optimal state for family, for friends, for real life, for love, for living in the moment of inner peace. This is not the optimal state for that. So constantly fighting that, battling that, and juggling between the two is something that you have to bring to your you have to bring that to your conscience. When the subconscious is made conscious, now you can do both these at once. This is how we're able to simultaneously juggle many variables and kill it at life, is to know that we don't have to be one way or the other. We're using 5% of our brains, something like that, whatever. But we need to fucking stand back and say, no, I can do both these. I'm gonna. So during our goals, during our tasks, living from a bird's eye view, taking our feelings out of it and moving towards our goals like a straight up robot, never questioning, never debating, everything just a straight up non-negotiable task. This is how we move towards our goals. But when we get around our family and everyone, it's hard to shut the switch off, but we don't use the word hard. So we just shut the switch off. We go straight to living in the moment with our family, our friends, and enjoy it. It's been difficult for me, yes, but everything that's been good for me in my life was difficult. So other traits, I mean, these dudes will eat the same meal every day. The straight up cook, the dude who they make movies after or shows after like Breaking Bad, Greg Girard from Shasta. Everybody knows this cat. This is the cat. This is the cook. He would eat 2 meals a day. He would have a chili top ramen with half a bag of instant beans and a half a summer sausage. That's what he would eat every day for 15 to 20 years. Can you do that? People always ask me, they're like, damn, how did you do 10 years? I'm like, this is the point. This is how you get good at shit. You do 10 years. I don't care what it is. If you do 10 years at it, you'll be the best. The point is people can't even do 10 years out here. They definitely can't do it in there. I'll do another 10 out here just like I did it in there. And this is what's going to propel you to the levels you need to be at. The sacrifice, the discipline, the unwavering, just relentless action towards your goals. This is what's going to do it. That comfort, everything like that is what's going to just deter you from everything you really want in life. Except when you're with the family. Except when it's a moment of pleasure, which should be sparingly so that you really enjoy it. It'll compound exponentially If it is sparingly, if you're always chasing pleasurable acts in a perpetual manner, the greatest pleasures of life will cease to even exist to you. They won't have any effect. That's why motherfuckers who live certain pleasurable lives, nothing suffices them anymore. They just keep chasing more and more pleasure till they destruct. But the main thing is every little step we're taking through the day, our actions, our thoughts, every tiny decision is creating who we are. From the second we have the first thought pop into our brain. I've read books from occultists like Rudolf Steiner, which is crazy because he has a swastika on the front of his book. But one of his famous quotes is, "Fear of a thing prevents us from seeing it properly. And racial prejudice prevents us from seeing into the human soul." These are all connected. If we don't believe we have a soul, if we don't believe there's a higher purpose, how can we aspire to have a higher purpose? So the first thing is belief. And always, not judging a book by its cover, this book had a swastika on it. But yet, the man was so against racial prejudice, he called it just straight fear-based and the epitome of weak. Always know that you're creating weaknesses and strengths with your habits, but you have to be aware of these to be able to negate them in different ways at different times and placate just the character and demeanor you wish to have to create the optimal life. I have crazy, weird characteristics that I picked up in the pen. Like I'll sleep on a twin bed with all my clothes stacked along the edge of it on like a 1 foot space. And I mean, on top of that, while I was in the pen, I had the same cup, a tumbler that we get from canteen. I had that same cup and that same spoon for 7 years. Like, long view is everything. And if you're consistently getting bored with your workout program, if you're consistently getting bored with your job, bored with your people, that's you. You're boring. You're not able to step back and look at it for what it is, taking pride in your consistency to work through what is boring, what is not enjoyable. Because the common denominator of successful people on this planet are the people that get up every day and do shit that they don't want to fucking do that is for the greater good of their future. It's daily habits that create the future they desire. Choosing to work for purpose. This is it. The second we do that perpetual pleasure-based nonsense, we end up weak as fuck. And that's what's happening out here. So don't fuck up that wake-up time. I've been on that same 2:45 wake-up time for the last 10 years, the last decade. This is one of the things I equate all my strength to, because every morning I don't want to get up. But I don't let that thought materialize in my head. I just let the thought materialize of that I'm a fucking savage and I won't break it down. Imagine if you started every morning with the fact that in your head, you're a savage and you won't break it down and you know you've stuck to this for 10 years. That just creates a self-talk that is unbreakable. If we're unbreakable, any goal is possible. So you're creating your strengths and your weaknesses through your thoughts and your actions. You're personally disciplining yourself. People want discipline, but they want to read about it. How are you going to gain discipline from something you enjoy? I enjoy reading. So reading never gave me discipline. It gave me insight. But you cannot learn about life through study. It can only be acquired through living, through experience. This is another Steiner quote. And the thing is that all the best people that I did time around, they ran a solid non-negotiable program and took pride in it. If you're a construction worker, take pride in it. It doesn't matter about the money. If you work for some sort of service, the government, anything, take pride in it. If you're in the penitentiary, take pride in it. Not everybody's in there for being a piece of shit, okay? There's solid-ass people in there who are sticking up for their family or trying to support them and just made the bad mistakes. So, in all reality, don't pass judgment. Understand where someone's at in their life and always be the solid example. Never give advice that you're not living through, and never try to give advice to people who you don't have results in the area that you're giving them advice on. This is one of the biggest problems out here. Not personifying the teaching. People not personifying the teaching. Trying to give advice. Motherfucker, you're not even in the goddamn game. How the fuck you going to be on the stands telling that motherfucking quarterback how to throw the ball? Get in the motherfucking game. It's bullshit. I want everything the best for everybody, so I pass on what worked for me, exactly what worked. This is what we all should aspire to do. We should all pass on what worked for us. And what does that do? It causes us to reflect and say, is this really working for me? When I got out, plenty of people told me, hey, Wes, get this job, do that, do this. And I stood back and I said, I don't want your life. So why would I follow the path you're trying to supply me? Don't ever take advice from someone who hasn't been there or who isn't currently there. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Show them how to fucking do it. And how do you do it? It's the genius equation. It's the expert equation. It's 40,000 man hours. If you put 40,000 man hours of your heart into anything, you'll slaughter it. You'll be the top of the game. You'll just look around and you'll just realize that you surpassed everyone. It's basically preparation meeting opportunity. Prepare forever. When your opportunity shows its face, you'll crack it. You'll smash that shit. You're ready to go. Everybody wants to get the job and then learn the shit. No. Prepare the principles, and then when the job shows itself, you're ready. It's clear. You're the man for the job. You ain't cracking. You're consistent. You aspire to comprehend at a high level. This is what we do. This is what the institutionalized did for me. Other motherfuckers cried about it. This is the problem. It all came from the self-talk and the action. The self-talk and the action created the mindset which was able to thrive in any situation. So I know people are going through things out here, and I know they can overtake them with the same mindset that I'm shooting to you guys this way. Strength is in repetition. When you tell yourself you're bored of repetition, just tell yourself you're bored of success.